Disney made the announcement that they're no longer going to be sharing their subscriber numbers for their various streaming platforms, which includes Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu. Now, for people who've been following the business side of Disney streaming services for some time, you will know that the subscriber numbers for them haven't been the greatest. And in fact, they've kind of gone down over time, particularly when it comes to Disney Plus. But the company insists that this is not an important metric for gauging whether or not the company is successful for their shareholders. But before we get into all this, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you can, leave a comment and hit the like button because it helps out with the channel. So I got this article from Screen Rant talking about it with the headline, Disney will stop sharing key streaming data after Netflix does the same. And I think it is important to point out Disney isn't the first company to do this. Netflix made the announcement last year that they're going to be doing this sort of thing. The key difference, though, between Netflix and Disney Plus is that Netflix was already profitable as a company before they made this announcement. Meanwhile, Disney Plus has yet to reach profitability, despite saying that they were supposed to have reached profitability by the end of last year. And right now, this new announcement just seems as if they're trying to further hide how much Disney Plus has been underperforming to their shareholders. According to Deadline, Disney CEO Bob Iger and CFO Hugh Johnston released a statement that Disney is stopping all sharing of information regarding paid subscribers for their entertainment and sports divisions. The statement reads that subscriber count and average revenue per user, ARPU, will not be available to the public for Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. There's no word yet about whether or not they're going to be reporting viewership totals for various movies and shows. I think they're still going to continue with that because the only time they actually do report those numbers to begin with is if they can somehow spin it into a positive for them. So that's probably still in the cards right now. But as far as the actual subscriber numbers, yeah, now you just kind of have to take them at their word. If they're saying things are going good for them, you're going to have nothing else to go by except for what they're saying. We are focusing on managing our business to deliver growth in a sustained way and to align our financial reporting with how we operate. Since we began reporting the numbers of paid subscribers and average revenue per user, our direct-to-consumer strategy and the operating environment have evolved. In other words, things hasn't gone their way. They're saying the operating environment has evolved. Things haven't gone our way, so we're changing what we're actually telling our shareholders because it's not looking good for us. This statement's basically just a corporate way of saying that. Given this evolution, we plan to implement changes to our entertainment and sports financial disclosures. Among our planned changes, we believe quarterly updates on the number of paid subscribers and average revenue per user have become less meaningful to evaluating the performance of our business. Now, it's maybe just me, but I think that's kind of up to the shareholders to decide whether or not they think the subscriber growth or loss is relevant for them as investors. Disney might think that it's not relevant, but they're saying that this isn't a good metric, but I think you should let the people decide as opposed to just telling them what you want them to hear. And we will no longer report these metrics starting with the first quarter of fiscal 2026 for Disney Plus and Hulu and the fourth quarter of fiscal 2025 for ESPN Plus. While we will no longer disclose subscribers and average revenue per user, we will provide information on entertainment direct-to-consumer profitability. So they're not going to say like how many users they actually have. They're basically just going to tell their shareholders, this is how much money we've made on the platform. And since you can't see our subscribers, we're not showing you viewership. You just kind of have to trust us on this one. So because in the past they've tried to say we've like increased profitability or something like that, but then you look at the subscriber numbers and the subscriber numbers are going down. So then people are thinking like, wait, how does this work out? So now Disney's like, okay, fine. You're not going to see the subscriber numbers. So when we tell you that we're growing revenue, you can't refute us in any way, shape, or form, or at least in any meaningful way. It's just pure speculation on your part. We believe our reporting going forward will better align with changes in the media landscape, the unique nature of our integrated assets, how we operate our business, and will reflect how management evaluates the progress and success of our strategic initiatives. So nowhere in here do they mention or try to explain why it's not good for shareholders to know the amount of subscribers that their various platforms have. They're just saying that it's not important and then leaving it at that. I mean, if they had some type of explanation of, how it doesn't reflect their actual profitability, then maybe there's an argument to be had with why they shouldn't report it. But we're not getting any of that. This really does scream like Disney is trying to obfuscate how unsuccessful they have been in the streaming game. Disney believes that sharing its subscriber numbers is not useful when assessing their success. However, the company will be sharing statistics regarding their content's profitability. Streamers are all starting to become more private about their personal information, showcased by Netflix and now Disney's controversial decision. And as I said before, Netflix, when they made this decision, they were already profitable, so they garnered a little bit more trust with their shareholders. Disney, I think, had kind of been eroding their trust with shareholders, but they're insisting that this is the way forward. This past quarter, Disney unveiled 2.6 million recent subscribers across both Hulu and Disney Plus. These numbers revealed that the total subscriber count between both streaming platforms is now 183 million. It is not fully clear why Disney thinks sharing these numbers is no longer relevant, but it seems that they believe other components are more indicative of their achievement as a streamer. Now, I will say it is a little bit different about the exact subscriber numbers because they have been increasing prices. So they're obviously generating more revenue per subscriber, not to mention they have ad-supported tiers now. But you also have to look at the past and what they've been doing so far. So here's this is just purely the Disney Plus subscribers since they launched it back in 2020, and they basically reached their peak. This is Q4 of 2024, and since then it's kind of stagnated. Now, right here, Q4 of 2024, that's when they were supposed to have reached profitability as a streaming platform. But you notice that once they hit their peak, it's started to go down for them. So they've been having various offers to try to boost up subscribers. That's when they started also hiking up the prices, throwing in ad-supported tiers because they understood that their subscriber growth is no longer going to increase anymore. So they're like, okay, we need to find other avenues in order to generate revenue. And as far as we know, since then, they still haven't reached profitability. There was reporting that there was profitability for their streaming divisions, but as of Q3 of last year, they were still reporting that Disney Plus was not profitable on its own. And then Q4, they said their streaming services were profitable. They didn't mention Disney Plus on its own. They just said their streaming services, which include ESPN Plus and Hulu. And before they actually acquired Hulu, it was already profitable. So it's really looking like that's just kind of offsetting the losses that they have for Disney Plus. And right now, they say they've reported like, oh, a subscriber growth. Like, yeah, because it kind of was low in Q4. It dipped down a little bit in Q1 of this year. And then it's gone up a little bit. So they're reporting subscriber growth, but still, I mean, it's kind of flatlined right now. And it's looking like that's kind of where they're expecting. They don't project that there's going to be any meaningful subscriber growth. So the only other way that they can actually report success for the company is to just actually sell more ads on it, or just to try to tell their shareholders that they're doing a lot better than what they are. But it really does seem to me they don't expect more subscribers. So if they do expect more profitability without subscribers, then you should expect more price hikes in the coming days, or maybe just get bombarded with more ads when you do watch things on their ad-supported tier. But let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. Do you think this is a good move on Disney, or do you think something like me where the shareholders should be given all the information that they can and they make the decisions on their own? Comment below. And also, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you can, leave a comment and hit the like button because it really helps out with the channel. Thank you.